Why do we shake hands? Seriously, of all the greetings humans could have invented, we settled on grabbing each other's sweaty mitts and giving them a jiggle. But it's not just random social weirdness. The handshake is one of the oldest forms of human trust signals. Historians trace it back thousands of years, long before business suits and awkward first dates. The original idea was simple. Extend an empty hand to show, look, no sword, no dagger, no hidden rocks in my palm. You're safe. In other words, it wasn't about friendship at first. It was about not dying. Pretty solid motivation, if you ask me. One of the earliest depictions of a handshake comes from the 5th century BCE Greece. Carvings show soldiers, citizens, and even gods clasping hands. And this wasn't a quick grip and release like today. It was more of a forearm grab, like they were checking if you'd taped a sneaky dagger to your wrist. It became a ritual of peace, a way to say, I'm here as a friend, not here to stab you in the spleen. Ancient Greek handshakes weren't just casual either. They carried weight, sealing agreements, and symbolizing respect. Basically, the handshake was the original LinkedIn connection request, minus the spam messages. The Romans, never ones to miss a chance for pageantry, elevated handshakes into political theater. Roman handshakes weren't always the shake-shake style we know. Often, it was a firm grip of the forearm, a way for emperors, senators, or generals to display both strength and unity. But don't be fooled. It wasn't always warm and fuzzy. Sometimes it was a literal test of dominance. Whose grip is stronger? Imagine negotiating peace treaties while secretly trying to crush the other guy's arm like a stress ball. To Romans, the handshake was less about germs and more about power plays, loyalty, and subtle intimidation. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and the handshake gets even more practical. Knights, mercenaries, and wandering travelers needed a way to prove they weren't armed. So shaking hands, often vigorously, helped demonstrate that no knife, sword, or sneaky dagger was hiding up their sleeves. In fact, some say this is why we shake, not just touch. It was a mini security check. Show me both hands, bro. No surprises. Of course, hygiene wasn't top priority in medieval Europe, so these handshakes probably spread more than trust. They spread the plague. Peace agreements in one hand, germs in the other. By the 17th and 18th centuries, handshakes shifted from life or death gestures into symbols of equality and respect. Quakers in particular adopted the handshake as a friendly, non-hierarchical greeting, avoiding bows and curtsies. Over time, it became a standard in business, politics, and sports. A handshake sealed contracts, welcomed strangers, and confirmed deals with a simple human touch. By the 20th century, shaking hands wasn't just common, it was expected. Imagine a salesman in 1920 trying to sell you a car without shaking your hand. Suspicious, right? The handshake became the ultimate trust me emoji, but in real life. And now? Well, handshakes are in trouble. The pandemic made us rethink the whole let's touch hands with strangers tradition. Suddenly, fist bumps, elbow taps, and awkward waves took center stage. Some scientists even argue that handshakes should disappear altogether because of all the bacteria they spread. Yet, the handshake still clings on, especially in politics and business. Why? Because it's more than a greeting. It's a universal shortcut for trust, respect, and connection. Sure, it might be unsanitary, but it's also deeply human. So the next time you shake hands, just remember, you're not just greeting someone. You're reenacting a 3,000-year-old survival tactic,